What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. How are you guys doing this morning? I hope all is well. Happy Sunday. And yes, we are back again to discuss Power Book 2, Season 4, Episode 7. Okay, before we get into the things, please do your girl a favor and like the video. Subscribe if you are new here and you like it. And let's have fun in the chat per usual. If you're watching the replay, let's get down and have fun in the comments. Okay. And if it's not too much to ask, I would love for you guys to be able to share. Okay. Because sharing is caring. Okay, I would like to thank Anthony Rogers for being early, Kara K for being early. What's up to Marcus and Monica M? Thank y'all so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. So we have to get into the things, okay? And the fact that it's the last season, I do appreciate the writers not playing with us. You know what I'm saying? Like they are definitely taking our thoughts into consideration by not playing with us with the whole little mystery game and all, because within the first minute we find out that Miss Diana lost the little baby. Okay, and don't judge me, you guys, please do not. I'm happy about it. I'm sorry. We all know that Tariq St. Patrick and Diana Tejada did not need to procreate, but I still think it's, Hotep Salim's baby. Like, I'm sorry. I really still think that was his baby, but Tariq is under depression. It was his. So he's going to have to live with that for however long he is going to live. Okay. I wish we could find out the truth. And I don't know how science works, but I don't know if there was any way to take the baby fetus and do a sample, like a DNA situation. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible. I feel like science is advanced enough to where we could find that out so we can nip this situation in the bud. I mean, I know they probably can't do that. Who knows? The baby fetus is probably somewhere in the bottom of a trash can. Who knows? But I just wish we could find out the answer. But I think the way they set up Salim's last episode, it just leads me to believe this was his baby. I'm sorry. What's up, Miss Kira? How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. Oh my gosh. So I was happy to see Tariq was at Diana's bedside. I'm not even gonna hold you, but Diana did not care for that. Okay, she was upset, telling Tariq, off, and pretty much telling him, like, you said you got us by being a game, it was gonna be all good, yada yada yada. And she tells him to leave, and I'm like, Miss Diana, ma'am, you dragged Tariq into this. Do you remember? Like, did you get a hit of amnesia? Like, girl, like, I think you may be experiencing, a head injury as well, because what? But I'm going to just take it into consideration that she's mad at the world and upset at the world. So Tariq is just going to be grouped up in that, right? So he was like, okay, whatever. Like, he was upset and not understanding where she was coming from. So he leaves. But as he leaves, he runs into Monet. And Monet, she's asking about the baby, right? And of course, Tariq had to lay down the news of the baby. And Monet was like, dang, Tariq, okay, thank you for the information, but I no longer need your services because this is family business. And Tariq was like, ma'am, I'm no longer an employee of yours. Therefore, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to ride for mine, okay? We not doing that. I'm not one of your little kids, okay? So I was like, all right, Tariq, tread lightly, please, sir. Tread the F lightly. So Monet, she goes to Diana, and she's been very. I wish we could have seen this part of Monet the entire show, like some balance. You know what I'm saying? Just some layers, because angry, annoyed Monet was not it for 4 years. Okay. It's sad, it's taking a tragedy for Monet to have some type of care, compassion, and consideration towards her child. Okay. I mean, she's still giving Kane the heat, but I think with Kane is more so tough love, right? What's up, Mr. Jones? So speaking of Kane, he shows up in the midst of Diana telling Monet who the culprit is, okay? And so, of course, he's like, who the F is that? Who the F is Felicia? So, of course, Monet, every time she see Kane, she got to attach Noma, his new mommy, up in the conversation. Was like, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Ain't your new mommy got you on an assignment or something? So, her and Kane always going back and forth. I'm frankly am tired of it. But Kane was like, okay, I'm going to bow out. But Diana, give me a little ring-a-ding-ding when she F this up, because we know she will. And it's crazy because you always calling your mama F up, but you just like her, King. You're just like her, sir. But it is what it is. We may have a little, delulu in our brains. I understand that. Because, Kane, he doesn't think with all the brain cells. I mean, he doesn't have many to begin with, but it is what it is. So Diana was expressing to Monet like he was just trying to help, and Monet does not want Kane a part of this because she already know he's an impulsive reactor similar to her, and she knows if Kane were to act, that he gonna get himself murked. Okay, so she's still trying to protect Kane, even though she's screaming on him every time she see him. Like, this is, talk about dysfunction. All right, what's up, Stephen Harris? What's up? Thank you for coming through. What's up, Dexter? We're gonna get to that, Dexter. G, what's up? You said that CTE made him a different man. I'm done. Thank you for coming through. I haven't seen your name before, so thank you for sliding through to Trap Church this morning. Okay, and please, I don't ask for tithes and offerings in terms of financial assistance, but if you don't mind, making sure you guys like the video and subscribing, like, that's all the sister need. Okay, I appreciate it in advance. So Reek, of course, he left the hospital, and he got the fingers working. Okay, he's calling Davis. Davis over there working out. Okay, and he's like, Davis, I know you did your little research on Carter and his peoples. I'm gonna need the addies. I'm gonna need the addresses. And of course, Davis is trying to talk him off the ledge and trying to find out, like, bro, what's going on? And Tariq had to explain the whole situation with Diana, and Davis is really trying to, be a sound mind, but Tariq ain't trying to hear none of that. Okay, he was like, give me the addies, and I don't want to hear nothing about it. So he hangs up and goes to his dorm room. But before that, we see Tate over there viewing Kamal's body, y'all. And of course, he wants answers. Okay, but I already knew the way Carter is set up, like the triflinicity, and I feel like I just made that up. I don't care. The triflinicity of Carter already told me that he was going to be the first one there whenever I'm going to say Kamal's, Rashad see Kamal, right? Because he needs to manipulate and spin the story as good as he possibly can, right? So, of course, Tate is looking at Carter for answers, and of course Carter, he's trying to be just by the book. Our team is working on it 24 hours a day, yada yada yada. Tate was like, F all that. I need information. Stop playing. I was a cop too, so stop playing with my top, sir. So Carter, he decides to feed him a little bit of information because he knows Tate is not backing down. So he tells Tate, yo, it may be the Russians, okay, for retaliation. And Tate flat out said whoever took him is going to pay. So this is going to be a problem, all right? And Carter, at this point, I expect him to be excommunicado. I don't know if they're going to hold it up to the finale, but he got too many people on him right now. So it's going to be an issue, Carter. You done found yourself in a little pickle, okay? So, as I stated before, Reek went to his dorm room, right? And he over there meaning business, okay? He done woke your boy up. Braden trying to wipe the crust out his eyes and was like, yo, bro, what's going on, bro? What's going on? So Tariq again has to explain what happened to Diana, and he's explaining to Braden, like, I'm about to get at this cop. And Brady was like, bro, like, come on, like, what are we doing here? And so Tariq was like, I don't care what you got to say out your mouth, okay, Brayden? I got to handle my business. So Brayden was like, okay, if you're not going to listen to me, I need you to consult somebody that's trustworthy before acting, okay? Then before, Tariq get the blicky and everything together, okay, we get a little knockety knock at the door. And it's Stokely. And it took me a minute, y'all, because when I was looking at the credits, I saw the name Young Blue. And I don't know, Young Blue is a rapper. And he had a little hot song, but I can't remember the song right now. I just remember Young Blue because he was a part of this whole viral situation with this young girl who had a story time that Young Blue, he had a girlfriend, but he flew this other girl out. And she was explaining how Young Blue was acting weird around her and his boys was acting weird. And Young Blue or his people pretty much stated like they was acting weird because the young girl had a little stench. Like she was a little stinky. She was a little funky. So that's why I know Young Blue's name. So I didn't know. It just dawned on me that Young Blue was Stokely because I was reading the credits. I'm like, who the hell is Stokely? It took me a minute, y'all, but Stokely is actually a real rapper. I mean, I use that term loosely, based on the caliber of rappers we have today. Okay, so he pretty much fires them, okay, because Brayden, he was doing hood rat-ish on the stage. So Tariq was like, what are you talking about? Fire what? So Stokely, he found out, about their whole little ploy of, selling the work or what have you. And he was like, I don't know if we got fiends or fans, like, bruh. And I ain't gonna lie, whoever wrote that line, that was fire. I mean, give them a little raise. That was a cute little line. So Tariq ain't trying to hear all that. Okay, that's their bread and butter. Like, you're not about to just take off. What are we doing? No. So Tariq, he presses Stokely, and Brayden had to like cut it off, whatever. But Stokely, I appreciated him. He was like, y'all are messing up the community, yada yada yada. He was very much on his Malcolm X, and I appreciated that. But this ain't the programming running here. I'm sorry, we on that Nino Brown, Stokely. So yeah, sorry. We not gonna be good people. All right. So of course now we have to figure out how we gonna sell our work. And Tariq was pretty much telling Brayden like, yo, this is because of you. And Brayden, of course, was like, sorry, bro, we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, it always works out for Tariq St. Patrick, right? What's up, Detroit? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Yes, y'all. Please like the video. Okay. So let me see what y'all talking about before I move on. Steven, you said literally gave them a baby just for it to be miscarried. I mean, I never liked the storyline. Let me just say that. But I honestly feel like this was a ploy for everyone to team up low key. And to get Carter out of here. Like, yeah, this was I don't know. I just never enjoyed this baby situation, but you need a catalyst for something. So that's what I'm just using, just justifying this whole baby situation for. Steven, you said it was a waste of time. Did it make Diana more ruthless? We're gonna have to see because we see she's still a little sensitive. Okay, so I don't know. What's up, young champ? How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Missed you, bro. Dexter, you said the Russians get blamed for everything on this show. Unfortunately, somebody got to take the fall, okay? Somebody got to take the fall. So, oh, Lord, Kane, he goes to Noma's, right? And it seems like, Noma and Davis had a little meeting, okay? It was giving silk. There's a meeting in my bedroom. So they, had a little intimate moment, okay? I mean, Tate, I'm about to say, I said Tate, Lord Jesus. I mean, Tate probably could smash too. But Davis, he had his suit on, but you could tell it wasn't like, it wasn't his premise proper. The tie was a little unloose. The shirt was a little hanging from the, tummy. Like, you could tell when somebody just had some. And Noma didn't help because she came through with her cute little robe. And so Kane was like, oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on here. So he kept it cute while Davis was there, whatever. But Davis left. And Kane is trying to convince Noma that Effie went out. And, they should let her out or whatever. But Noma ain't trying to hear none of that because she's low-key kind of suspicious of Effie and thinking she possibly was the one who snitched in terms of the whole wrestling situation, right? But of course, Kane, he loved his girl. He was like, nah, Effie keeps it 10 toes down, okay? She would never do that. So, of course, Noma tasked Kane to find out who is tipping Detective Carter off, okay? Because what we can't do is have a snitch among us, and I understand that, but I'm a little worried for Effie, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you, but we'll talk about Effie a little later. So we at the Tejada household, and Diana is home from the hospital already. Like, I understand the hospital cannot hold you against your will, but Diana, it's a little too early. We just lost the baby last night. Girl, you need to, make sure you good down there. But she don't care because she's looking for revenge, okay? All summer 2024, okay? She's not playing. And Monet was like, I understand, baby girl. We gonna get them fools. We gonna ride at dawn, okay? We gonna make sure Felicia is handled. And if Carter ain't on board, we gonna handle him, right? So... I'm sorry. Young Champ said, girl, please don't be late. Hey. Oh, Lord, Mr. 90s and the R&B, they was not playing about the begging, okay? They was not playing about the begging for the Punani at all, okay? So, back to... back to the Tejadas, right? So Monet, she summons Carter to a little meeting, right? And so she advises him what's going on with Diana. And of course, he didn't know anything about Felicia and Diana because Felicia didn't tell him nothing, okay? So Monet was like, well, I'm going to get at your girl, okay? She got to go. And of course, Carter was like, no, I'm not going to allow that. And if you try to make a move, you're going to be right there in Rikers Island, okay? We're not playing. And she was like, oh, that's where you have my son. That's what you're doing with my son. You got him over there with a cute little orange jumpsuit. Okay, I see how you play it. So Carter was like, I'm going to deal with my peoples the way I'm going to deal with my peoples, okay? Oh, Jesus Christ, Carter, you got to go. And don't get me wrong, it's weird because I don't hate Carter like that. But he still got to go. He's doing way too much. He is in over his head at this point. Like, episode 1, y'all was doing it. Y'all was running things. But, ooh, the downfall is real, okay? The downfall is real. Give me 1 second, you guys. So... speaking of Drewski, he calls Diana while he's locked up, right? And so she updates him on the baby situation. Of course, he's expressing his condolences and everything, but she's not trying to hear that because she mad at Drew too. She was like, Drew, you wasn't there to protect me, yada, yada, yada. Oh, boy. Diana. I'm going to give her some grace because she does not want to be a part of this game in the first place. But you ain't got to scream on Drew like that. Like, he can't do much right now. You saw him when he got, pulled into this mess. Like, girl, you was there. He ain't do nothing wrong. So she states that, you know what? It ain't really up for Monet to handle it. It's mine. Like, the B is mine. I got to handle it because we see her over there getting the blicky out the safe. And I already knew. Once Felicia stomped the dog-ish out of Diana, giving her that Kurt Franklin treatment, I already knew it was going to be a problem, okay? I already knew your girl was going to be activated, okay? Because it was just a matter of time. Okay, let me see what y'all talking about. So, Stephen, you said, and I don't think having a child doesn't necessarily mean so happy ending. Tariq and Diana having to be parents while still struggling and dealing with the pressures of the drug game is a story in itself. That is facts. That is facts. Dexter, yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But yes, y'all, Diana is activated. Okay. Meanwhile, her fake baby daddy goes to visit his mother and the new prospect for the WNBA. Okay, Tariq went over there to meet up with Tasha and Yaz, and I was like, who is this chick? Like, did y'all hire Brittany Griner? Like, I'm confused, right? So I had to take a minute, and I was like, oh, that's Yaz. She had a little growth spurt. Okay, she's given 6 feet. But it was cute. I'm glad that they still kept the same Yaz. But how old is Yaz right now? Like, I'm glad the actress keeps a job, right? But we already know Power beyond that Young and the Restless timeline. Like, Young and the Restless used to have somebody pregnant in January. February, this child is in middle school. And in March, they get married. Like, this, it is what it is. You know, we low-key telenovela up in here when it comes to Power. So we can't stress too much about timelines and ages because Courtney Kemp herself stated that she herself had to change and up the ages of Tariq and Raina because they started, I believe she said they started the show with them being 12, I believe. And then she had to up their ages to like 16. And one of the reasons being is because Tariq and Tasha, their ages didn't necessarily complement each other on the storyline because Tasha looked so young, and you know the twins, they had to be a certain age because they needed to, you know, bump up the storyline. So we already know this is par for the course for Power, so we can't stress about Reek and Gaz and Tasha at this point. Okay, so DeMarcus says Yaz is 14. I mean, y'all have to think about it. Yaz was a toddler. Okay, let's put in perspective. Yes, the show has been going on between OG Power and Book 2. It's been, what, 10 years, right? In terms of the way the show has, like, the span of the show. But in time, in actual Power land, it's only been a few years. Like, the kids were in high school. It shouldn't have been no more than 6 years if you think about it. I'm just saying. But we not going to think too deep because it is Power. So it is what it is. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, they got you doing algebra up in here. This is too much. But Tariq, you know, he goes to see Yaz's room. It was real cute, whatever. But I'm like concerned, like, Tasha, are you still in WITSEC? Like, Tariq, you can't just be making a block hot. Like, you already went to her job, doing too much. I still won't be surprised if that situation where her boss comes back up, but we really don't have time for that. But I was a little skeptical with Tariq popping up, especially in the daytime. Like, what we doing here? Okay, this is not safe. So, of course, he comes in looking all stressed up in his chest. And Tasha's like, yo, what's wrong? Like, I recognize that look. You got the same look as your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm not Ghost. I can fix whatever problem I have. And I'm like, Tariq, see, this is the annoying part of Tariq. For him, he really don't know his dad. Like, it's weird because he takes accountability and he's, to his benefit, he recognizes the similarities between him and Ghost. But when it does not suit him, he disassociates himself with the qualities of his father. Like, it's mad annoying. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You are just like your father. Accept it. It's crazy when you want to be the apex predator. Oh, I'm just like my dad. I need to lean into that. But when it comes to negative qualities, you acting like, oh, Ghost don't fix nothing. Now, granted, per Tariq's point of view, I can see why he thinks that, because the reason why he murked his dad in the first place, because Ghost decided not to take the fall for Tariq, and Tariq got upset. So in his eyes, he's probably thinking, no, Ghost did not fix everything. But Tariq, you needed to lay your ass up in there for a couple years. I'm just saying, you was doing too much, and you still doing too much, sir. Like, come on, stop playing. Stop playing with Ghost, okay? Stop playing. So he explains to Tasha what's going on with Diana, because of course she didn't know nothing about the pregnancy, nothing, okay? Tasha was a fake grandmother for 30 days, okay? 30 days. And so Tasha explains, and I appreciate the sound advice that Tasha is giving Tariq these days. But Tariq was like, yo, whenever I get the information I need from Davis, I'm making a move, okay? And I'm not talking about U-Haul. Like, I'm making a move, all right? And, Tasha expressed, I can't fix this for you, but killing a cop is not the way to go. It's not going to get you closer to us, okay? Don't let these Tejadas and their raggedy actions come back to you, right? Because we family, okay? And we waiting on you here in this apartment, sir. So she explained something, be smart, be strategic. And he was like, oh, like when you shot Monet? And she was like, that bitch don't know I shot her. I was like, ooh, I got a little stress in my chest, y'all. Because the cockiness bothered me. And that one line scared the crap out of me, low key. Because I'm like, not saying I forgot, but that line wasn't in there for no reason, y'all. And I'm a little scared, okay? Because we still got to unpack that a little bit. Do y'all think Monet is going to find out that Tasha was the one that rolled out on her? And y'all know I've had plenty of rants about Monet not looking at her own footage, right? But I don't know. I'm a little nervous because I feel like Carter, once he realized the pressure's on him, he's going to need to kind of align himself or try to align himself with somebody. And I won't be surprised if he tries to do that, because he's going to need to try to dissemble the little Power Ranger situation we going to have with Tariq, and Noma and Monet and all of them. Like, it's going to be something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Carter somehow, gives up Tasha and tells Monet. I don't know. I just see another standoff with Monet and Tasha and Tariq. Like, it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. And I don't know. I'm a little nervous. What's up, Brillo? Thank you for coming through. DeMarcus, you said, I hope Monet smoked Tasha. Dang. I mean, Tasha, she has her issues, right? But if I had to choose between the two, it's definitely going to be Tasha. Like, Monet can go. She can go. For real, for real. Hey, Voice of Reason, you said, I really don't think it mattered to Monet about the shooting because Diana set the thing in motion. That is true. I understand your point of view, but it's Monet we talking about here. It's Monet we talking about, because she just that petty parent. And the fact that Tariq has pretty much been lying to her about it, I think that's still going to be a problem. Like, yes, that should be the last thing that she should be thinking about. But we got to remember, Monet almost lost her life. Okay? And she's going to give her kids a pass, but anybody else beyond that, she may not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not wired like a normal person like me and you, okay? So we have to think in terms of Monet's brain cells, okay? Because we can't assume what she gonna do. And I'm just saying, we got to be open to the possibilities. So Tasha pretty much told Tariq, like, to promise that he'll be better than her and Ghost. And I'm like, well, I don't even know if that's possible at this point. How many bodies? Do y'all know how many bodies Tariq has at this point? I haven't been keeping a tally, but Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, Tasha. I don't know. I don't know if Tariq can really turn around and be better than you or Ghost. I mean, it depends what you consider better, but that's a tall ask, ma'am. Meanwhile, Kane, he's over there at Effie's dorm, and he explains to Effie, as soon as we find out who the real snitch is, you can go to school, have big fun, work with your robots, do whatever, because that's what you want, right? That's what you want. And so it's funny because it's clear that's not what Kane wants, because Kane wants Effie, right? At this point, Kane wants Effie real bad. Yeah, he over there with Noma, but that's more for business, especially him finding out about Davis. He's like, okay, I gotta draw some line here. But his Hort is with Effie, right? So he explains like, yo, we need to find some information. We got to get some intel. You better You better go ahead and get your hacker hat on, ma'am, because it seems like he thinks her sense of urgency isn't there. So she explains, she needs an NYPD laptop to access their database to find out who their snitch is or what have you, right? So they go to Reek's dorm room. Reek ain't there, but Braden is. Braden over there stressing because those orders ain't coming in, okay? Their business model is no longer, a thing. So Braden, rightfully so, was like, oh, y'all coming over here for favors? Y'all need my help? So, of course, Kane was like, okay, what you want? What you want in, return. So he was like, I want the little, course correct knockoff. Can you give me that? And Effie was like, sure can, because Effie don't want no more parts of his life. She wouldn't go over there in California, be a nice little student and forget about all this issue. Okay, she don't care. She don't have no attachment to anything that's going on regarding these drugs. She's trying to absolve herself from being a snitch and move on with her life. Okay, so she's cool with it. We're gonna press hold on Kane, Effie, and Braden because Carter he links up with Felicia and he presses her about Diana, right? And Felicia thought she was doing something. She was like, "Oh no, Diana, she deserved it because I told her to off Zion." Carter was like, hold up, I told you to off that fool. What we doing? We not passing the buck here. This is no, I gave you a direct order, ma'am. She was like, well, sir, that's not it. See, what had happened was Diana did not do what she was supposed to do. So she enlisted Tariq St. Patrick to do the job. And so, of course, Carter's like, well, how do you know that? So he put two and two together and, they're looking at the footage. And he was like, oh, you effed up. And I immediately thought he was going to drive her to the nearest woods area and bury her. Okay, but he was like, no, I need you to go home and don't tell nobody. Like it was giving Pops with the Braids brothers. Like, don't tell nobody. Like it was giving, keep your mouth shut. Okay. So now he has another fire to put out. And I'm like, Carter, you need a vacation, a PTO day, a sick day or something, because you got too much going on, sir. You got too much heat right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, oh Lord. Felicia, she proceeds to leave the department parking lot. And who do we see tailing her? Yep. Diana. Mm-hmm. Yep. She driving on business. Diana is driving on business. Okay. Busted lip and all. I was like, oh, Diana, you about to do the damn thing? Let a sister know. Let a sister know. Okay. So we find out that Effie, Braden, and Kane is en route to a cop's house to obtain his laptop. Now, I need you guys' help on this, okay? Because did I miss something? Because the way my eyes set up, my eyes saw Nico, Carter's, one of his men, in the picture frame of that house. So, how did we find to go to Nico's house? Like, I don't recall Kane nor Effie being around Carter and their team. So please, y'all, just help me out with that, y'all. I mean, I feel like I be doing a lot every week. I run my mouth anywhere between 90 minutes to 120 minutes. Like, I need y'all help this time. How did we find Nico's house for this situation? Like, I am confusion. What's up, Inga? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you, boo. But yeah, I'm a little confusion, okay? Because they're gonna need to fill that in. Because I'm lost. Did we cut some scenes? Did we not have time? Was the budget not budgeting? Like, I am lost. Oh, Monica M, you getting real messy, girl. You said the little boy in the picture looks like Felicia's son. Child, I didn't look that deep. Ooh. Child, do we have a boring situation going on? Like, let me find out. That's a lot. That's a lot. So here you go, Team Kane. DeMarcus, once again, Kane saves Braden from aliving Maggie. Oh boy. But this is a thing. Yes, he saves them, but he also brings them in. Like, Kane recruited Braden to do hood rat-ish. So with that, knowing Braden's not really about that life like that, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. But not saying I disagree with you, but we have to look at the optics here. So long story short, Maggie opens the door because Braden and Effie act like they was carjacked, and Braden, he got barbecue sauce or whatever all in his face, thinking it's blood. So Maggie at first was like, bro, like, I can't let y'all in my house. I was like, Maggie, why you even open the door? Why are you opening the door? It's 2024, man. What are we doing? Like, I understand your husband is a cop. And some sense of you, that public duty rubs off on you. But no, man, no, safety, stranger danger. You don't know nothing about this. Like, I'm not opening my door. Like, y'all, no, I don't open my door for nobody. I'm sorry. We not doing that. Unless you're coming in here to make a repair. If I don't recognize your face, that door is going to be on your face. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we not doing that. We don't open the door. No, what are we doing? But of course, Maggie lets them in. Effie, finds her way to find the laptop and download the files. Braden is talking to Maggie, and he's effing up the whole story because he probably got some, coke still left up in his brain cells. And of course, Kane, he comes in as a diversion, dressed as a police officer. And why is he using Officer Ramirez? I hope this doesn't come back to haunt him. Because, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And the fact that Kane pretty much says, Caucasian male, come here. Let's go. I'm sorry, y'all. This was hilarious and silly to me at the same damn time. I cannot deal. Like, this was a time, but I'm still hung up at the fact, like, how do we connect these two dots? I'm still lost. Like, I don't know how we got to Nico's house. I'm still bothered by this, you guys. And I don't want to stress too much about it, but when something don't make sense, I have to call it out, and I'm going to dwell on it until I get some answers. Okay. Thank you, DeMarcus, so much for the super sticker. Who got the best disguises, Marvin, Kane, or Tommy? I don't really call them disguises because they just be wearing uniforms. They don't be having no mustaches, no hats, no toupees, and nothing. But in terms of just, now I'm gonna give it to Tommy and OG Power when he put on that suit when he went to work. Merc Nomar, that was fire because we never saw Tommy in a suit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably the best quote unquote disguise I've seen out of the three. I gotta give Marvin an honorable mention because seeing him in that mailman uniform, that was cute or whatever. That was cute. And we see him be, the electricity, all those things. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Tommy and OG Power because that was fire for that time, right? So I'm gonna have to let this situation go with Nico's house, but I'm gonna need answers. Episode 8, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is how my brain is set up. Monica M. You said in New York, we ain't letting nobody in our house. You gotta bleed outside to the ambulance, and please come. That is facts. And we may or may not call the ambulance or the police. Y'all remember just growing up. growing up. I remember when we used to have little family nights playing Pokino or whatever. And, when grandma, that check came in and we ordered a little Chinese food. Mind you, the Chinese restaurant was across the street, but they used to deliver, right? But the Chinese, delivery person used to have a bodyguard. Like somebody with them, a bigger, badder Chinese man. Like it was not a game, and it was the 90s. Like that's what I'm saying. And we not playing. We not playing. We not opening no doors. I'm sorry. And depending on your apartment building, you may have anywhere between 2 to 5 locks on your door. So it's going to take 11 minutes to unlock everything anyway. But Maggie, obviously, she may be in Long Island or I don't know where she at. But nonetheless, it's 2024. What we doing here? So Drew, let's get back to Carter. So he over there with Maggie's husband. They done tracked down the Russians, and the Russians over there trying to have a good time with nice, respectable, Caucasian women. And Carter ends up wrongfully murking one of the Russians, and he's pretty much trying to set up this Russian and frame him for the offing of Kamal. But Nico, he is suspicious of Carter at this time, and I'm gonna enjoy seeing how this all unveils. Like this whole Nico Carter, you don't have a way to escape at this point, sir. I'm sorry, your raid has come to an end. It's about to be a drop. Okay, so Drew gets a hookup because we know Carter's people have an inside guy in the jail, so he pretty much opens Drew's cell, gives him Roman's cell number. And Roman was over there trying to have a good time, relax, unwind from a long day of bullying people, pumping iron, eating bad food in the cafeteria. He was trying to, release some protein out of his body. And next thing we see, Drewski over there was in a mood for a little suffocation, okay? So yeah, Roman is off the board, you guys. And Drew made it look like a self-offing, I should say. And I don't know, I was kind of a little surprised. Not surprised, but every time I see Drew get activated, I don't know, like, I'm a little sad and intrigued at the same time. Because the way Drew's face be looking when he's in the midst of his actions is like, it gives cold-blooded. It gives cold-blooded. It gives heartless. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm still sad for Drew a little bit because he didn't want to be a part of his life either. Damn, Monet. You just messed up these kids. Oh, he could have been a next Picasso. Now he over there painting blood on the walls, child. Drew, what are we going to do? So we solved the rooming problem. Okay, that's done. So Drew's sister is outside of Felicia's house. And Felicia thought she must be neighbors with Maggie because there's no way I'm taking my trash out at night as a woman and have my door wide open. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, Felicia, what? Even when I even leave my house or have to open the door for a package, I'm cracking the door. Okay, one, because, you open that door, depending on the season, even a fly, mosquito. Like, I'm not letting no thing up in my house. Why is it wide open? And you got a son upstairs. Like, why? How? What we doing here, Felicia? Oh gosh. I'm gonna give the actress a round of applause. Because last episode, I've never been so enraged at one character in one episode. Like, she did her thing. Give her things, please. What's up, Moochie? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So, y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ. Diana, I don't know. She must have a future and cat burglary, because I don't know how she snuck up in Felicia's house. You know what? I think I know how. Because Felicia probably ain't locked no other doors in her house, okay? Because the way Monet slid in that door, yeah, that door was very much unlocked. That sliding door, yeah. So Felicia, that's on you. But next thing we see, Diana got the blicky at Felicia's face, and I'm like, okay, Diana, get in and get out, get in and get out, get in and get out. But of course, she doesn't listen to me. She does not listen to me, okay? Because they are talking too damn much for my likings. I'm like, there's no need for a full conversation in most cases, right? But I'm gonna give Diana a little grace because this is her first situation like this. So yeah, she wants to get some, therapeutic, things out. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't really know exactly how this is supposed to go by herself. So I'm gonna give her a little grace. But Felicia, she's trained. Well, she act like when she wanna, activate those brain cells, she knows she needs to try to get some leverage. So as she's talking to Diana, she's inching towards the kitchen. Okay, inching towards the kitchen. Diana not peeping. She's not peeping because she's so emotional at this point. And I'm like, Felicia, please, just take this gracefully. But she not, because she got a little, kindergartner upstairs. She got to live for, okay? So next thing we see, of course, Felicia gets close enough to Diana where they're tussling. At this point, they're both fighting for their lives. And Felicia, she finds herself on the ground. And then Diana, she finds a cast iron pan. And then the next thing we see smasheroo. And I'm glad they didn't completely show it because it was giving very much Ghost. And I don't want to see none of that Marshall Williams type ish. Like, I'm sorry. I have a weak stomach, you guys, and I have asthma. I can't do it. So I'm glad they spared us the gruesome details. But Diana, she gets her body. Now it's very much messy, okay? But she get her done, okay? And she peeped some toys on the floor. And I'm like, Felicia, you should have cleaned up, girl. What are we doing here? I mean, we need to go ahead and make sure the toys are clean, all right? But I'm going to give her a little grace because she high. She probably was high before she died. So Diana calls Tariq again. Like, girl, call your mama. Gosh, she calling the wrong people. I mean, granted, I would just have to deal with it, you guys. I'm just going to have to deal with it. So she calls Reek. But before we get into that, Carter shows Tate the body of quote unquote Kamal's iller, right? And the way Tate is looking at Carter and the way he just hog spit into the body like he was putting 20 on 10, I don't think Tate buying the Carter story. I don't know. It's just the way Tate beside eyeing Carter. Like, I don't know if he knows. I don't know if he suspects Carter is dirty already, or somebody already tipped him off, or Kamal left some sort of evidence somewhere to where Tate knows about it at this point. I don't know, but I'm going to give it about 45 minutes into episode 8 until Tate really finds out what the heck is going on. Or, he may find out through Tariq because, through the history of Tate and Tariq, he's always knowing Tariq knows something, okay? He has some information for him, just like his daddy. So he's either going to call Tariq and ask Tariq what's up about this, or he's going to find out some other way. But Carter, at this point, gonna have to start taking a number when in terms of people that's wanting to murk Carter the rest of the season, because he got a long line. He has a long line. Like, it's a lot. So Carter, count your days, sir. But yeah, Tate, I don't know, the way Tate just expressed earlier that episode that somebody's gonna pay. I don't know. Like, do we see Tate going as far as murking somebody? I mean, it's his brother. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. I'm 50-50 on that, you guys. So let me know your thoughts in terms of Tate, right? Because I feel like he has it in him, because in OG Power, he was ready to murk Ghost just for messing up and F him over when it comes to the campaign. So getting, being behind the murking of his brother, I expect Tate to get activated on a normal circumstance, but he is a politician and he knows that's not smart. Yeah, Mr. Jones, I know Tate killed Alphonse, but that was more of like a heroic / self-defense type situation. Because Alphonse was en route to shoot. So Tate had to get activated. So that's a different situation, right? But I feel like Tate can make it a way. He can make it look like self-defense when it comes to Carter or something like that. So I don't know. I would not be surprised. Carter, after lying to Kate, I don't know why I want to say Kate. I miss Kate, y'all. I miss Kate Eaton. I ain't gonna hold you. Anywho, I'm probably the only fan of Power that enjoys Kate, but sorry. Unpopular opinion. So Carter goes to pick up Drew from prison. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was shocked because I would have bet money that Drew was going to find himself stuck there. Okay, but Carter got him out, and he was like, you know what? I need to offer my apologies. I know, I just found out what happened with your sister. I just need you and your family not to retaliate. Okay. I need you to promise me that, sir, because it won't be good, right? So Drew was looking at Carter. He over there looking at his phone because he's getting all the messages that's been going on the past couple of days from Monet, from Diana. So I probably would have also bet money that Drew was going to take Carter off the board. Because Drew, he's already fired up. Okay, he's on a roll. Okay. He's on a roll. So I'm like, all right, Drew, what we about to do, Drew? What we about to do? Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. I was about to Harlem Shake, like, get this money. Take this money. Like, I was over here, like, just doing the things. I'm like, yes, Drew, this is one body I actually approve of you getting. Okay. So I'm waiting, right? I'm like, are we going to do it in the car? Are we going to do it out here? Are we going to do it somewhere else? Like, Drew, let us sister know. Like, I want to know. So Reek arrives at Felicia's house, right? And of course, Diana, who should already be outside somewhere else 20, 30, 40 miles away, she ain't. She over there looking at little Timmy in bed sleep, telling Tariq she feel all types of ways because she don't murk somebody's mama. And so she's like, oh, Tariq, this is bad. This is really bad. And Tariq was like, this is not good. And of course, little Timmy wakes up, sees Diana and Tariq. They lie, act like they're officers. And I'm like, all I could think about is little Timmy either pointing them out in a lineup or seeing them in a situation where he calls out their fake names. Like, that's all I thought about. I don't think it's going to happen. But that's all I just immediately went to that because I'm like, y'all over here showing little Timmy y'all face. Oh my God. Y'all just, not even Tariq. It's Diana. And a part of me was like, Reek, well, she technically ain't your baby mama no more, so you ain't really had to go over there. But that's wrong, y'all. That's low-key wrong. I don't condone. I should think that way, but listen to your mama. Do not get mixed up with these Tejadas. So Diana reads this boy a whole bedtime story. Meanwhile, I'm looking at all the places that she's touching, all the fingerprints and everything. I'm like, oh, Diana, wipe everything down. First of all, why? I'm aggravated. I'm aggravated just thinking about this, Rob. Oh, Jesus. So Diana, she's feeling horrible. And I'm like, Diana, please let that go, because Felicia did not feel horrible giving you the Kurt Franklin treatment. Like, she was not pressed about you. She stole your gifts, okay? She dropped your snow cone. She made you, proposition you to off a whole dealer. Like, girl, Diana, this is not the time to have emotions. Like, girl, just let it go. Keisha Colden, stop playing. So Rick is consoling Diana, and he tells her that, he murked the dirty cop that off his sister. And I'm like, why are we telling Tejada more information, admitting more guilt to Rick? Like, no, because it wasn't even necessary, because Diana didn't even appreciate that information. And Tariq is steady trying to tell her, like, this is not going to fix anything. And me and my family is still dealing with the repercussions. Like, girl. And then we're still having this conversation in the living room. Like, why are we not outside? Little Timmy good. He sleep. Just lock the door if you need to, but let's bounce. But of course we don't bounce because we get another visitor. Monet Tejada done tapped her little knee-high boots up in this house too. And of course, the items like, Mommy, I'm so sorry. I just had to do it. Monet was like, I understand, baby girl, but you got to get the hell out of here. And that's the part of Monet that I need to see more often. Like, putting herself before, like putting her kids before herself. You know what I'm saying? Because she understands what Diana did, and she's not even mad at Diana. She just knows she need to clean up whatever Diana did, right? Even though she does clean up her kids' mess on some level, I just wanted to see more range out of Monet. And it's sad that we are almost at the end of this show and we're just now seeing a little more range. Mary J. Blige got all this free money. God, dog. Anywho, so Monet tells Diana to give her gun. And she was like, okay, Mommy, but little Timmy is upstairs sleeping, okay? Felicia got a whole kid. Monet was like, I'm going to take care of him. Y'all. Monet was really about to off little Timmy. And the kids, Tariq and Diana already knew, like, hold up, Mommy. No, we not doing it. We not doing it. Slow your roll. Hold your horses, Monet. Like, y'all, I would not be here for seeing Monet off little Timmy. Like, I'm sorry. That's where I draw the line. So I'm going to take care of him. She did not care. She's like, I don't care. Felicia took my kid, my grandkid. I'm going to take her kid. Like, it is what it is. There's no gray area. It's black and white here. It's black and white, literally, okay? Oh, my God. Let me get some water, y'all, because that almost took me out. That almost took me out. Jeez. Monet does not care, okay? So as soon as we try to talk Monet off the ledge of killing the 6-year-old, Drew enters the house. And I'm like, what the hell is it? What is this, a party? Like, what? I'm getting more, as the more people enter Felicia's house, the more stressed out I become. And it's too much right now. So, of course, Monet, she's a little relieved, like, oh, Drew, thank God you're here, yada, yada, yada. Who is 2 feet behind Drew? Carter. I'm like, oh, hell no. Carter, what you doing here? Like, the only Carter I want to see is the Wayne Carter, little Wayne. Like, that's the only Carter allowed in this house at this point, because I am tired. Oh, my God. And of course, he got the blickies drawn at everybody. He takes Monet's gun. Now he got 2 blickies drawn at 4 people. Well, 3.5, because, he trusts Drew a little bit, but he don't. And the only reason he giving Drew a little grace, because Drew done told Carter that, no, it wasn't the Rushes we got the work from. We stole the work from Noma. And of course, Monet over there mad at Drew. And Carter tell Monet, like, yo, you chose to protect your plug over your kids. And the way Drew and Diana looked at each other and locked eyes, in my head, I'm like, what y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? We about to go round 2 on Kill Our Mama. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Even though I don't think Diana has the emotional capacity to deal with anything else like that right now. But that was interesting, a little interesting take. I'm like, interesting. Because low key, from Carter's point of view, she did not snitch on Noma because, you know, she wanted the plug. Well, it's not really her plug, but he thinks that she chose to live by the code than save her kids. But she actually was saving Kane. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to protect Kane from having that heat, right? So Carter pretty much looks at everybody and tells them their new assignment is to get leverage on Noma, or he'll think about changing this little murder situation to an accident. And I'm like, okay, one, why y'all not jumping this fool? Like, nobody got no extra blickies. Tariq, where your blicky at? Now, granted, somebody probably would have got shot because, you know, Carter's hands and fingers are already on the trigger. So when it comes to probability and statistics, you know, I love me a little math. You know, there were going to be probably some injuries, but we need to take him down ASAP to the pronto. He is very much outnumbered, but he has two blickies, so I can see why they wanted to chill out. If he had one, the you know, statistics would have been a little better, but we didn't want nobody getting murked that night. So we had to all chill, right? But secondly, like, Carter, how are we gonna make the smashing of the head an accident? Riddle me that, sir. How are we going to do that? And Diana, if you would have just immediately left this house, I'm so frustrated, you guys. I'm so frustrated because we got our fingerprints everywhere. And I do think on some level, we did not need to have the rest of the police department involved, because I think Diana definitely would go down. But there got to be another way, you guys. There got to be another way. Carter, I don't know what abracadabra David Blaine-ish you want to do to clean this up and to make this look like a mistake, an accident, but more power to you, sir. More power to you, right? So let's move over to Kane, right? Because he's the only Tahada not in Felicia's house. And so he's at his house, at the penthouse, with Effie, and Effie's over there explaining the files that she obtained from the laptop. They got the printer going, everything. I said, okay then, let's go ahead with the cute little printer, printing up the files or what have you. So the reviewing the files on the record, Diana discovered that the Carter crew is dirty, okay? And she also realized that the money that was stolen from her was not all, booked into evidence. Like, they skimmed a little bit off the top. Well, I'm sure they skimmed a lot off the top. So she finds all this information, but they still don't see any record of a little snitcheroo, a little informant. Okay, so we still need some information. Now, I feel like at this point, Kane knows, but he can't give his mama up. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to do that right now. Okay, right now. Do y'all ever think it will come to a point when Kane would choose the game over his mama? His birth mama, not his new mama, Noma. Let me know your thoughts on that. I don't think I ever see that coming, but I don't know, and I can't promise that Monet would do something that will piss Kane off so bad that he would completely turn on her. I don't know. This family is dysfunctional, and anything's possible. But Kane, tells Effie, like, yo, I'm going to get these files to Noma because we got a sense of urgency. We need to clear you from this snitch allegation, okay? So I'm going to tell Noma everything you've learned and obtained so we get you in it clear, okay? Mm-hmm. And Effie was like, sure, Pooh. Yeah, so while you're, doing that with Noma, I can stay over here, keep your couch warm and, be here when you get back. And I may or may not be naked, okay? I mean, she didn't say all that, but that's what she was insinuating low-key with the eyes and the body language, okay? So he was like, all right, cool, you can stay, honey, dip. So he goes in the elevator and he's calling Monet. She don't answer. Of course, she over there, doing hood rat-ish with her daughter. And he pretty much leaves a message and tells Monet, I hope you're not mixed up with this Carter situation, because he noticed one of the printouts of the police officers, her name is Felicia, and whose name he heard in the hospital? Felicia. So he's using the brain cells. And this is one thing that frustrates me about Kane, and this annoyed me a little bit with Tommy and OG Power, because these characters get such a rep for being dumb, being idiots, being stupid, but we often see like little illustrations in the show where they actually are showing some sense. They are showing some intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They just miss the mark sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of go back and forth with showing Kane being reckless, but also showing Kane being very much smart and strategic, because we see when he goes to Noma's house, he pretty much asked her to marry him because he put two and two together. Like, yo, you need citizenship. I need partnership. So yes, let's get this thing together. Meet me at the altar with your white dress. We ain't getting no longer. We might as well do this. You know what I'm saying? Let's get married, girl. Because he knows, she over there messing with Davis, and he was like, I could be your little husband on paper. You could have your little boy toy, draw up all the papers, for your legal ish. I just need you to promise me that you not going to F me over with all the things I've obtained since the whole Mecca situation. So, y'all, we gonna see a wedding. Oh, I don't want to see no wedding. Oh Lord, I don't want to see no wedding. So Noma, she hot in ass. So she was like, Kane, is that that's all you want? You just want it to be business? He was like, well, that's up to you. And Kane low-key playing at me. He was like, that's up to you. I mean, I know he be having his, what the guys call simp-like qualities. But, I like the fact he put the ball in her court, because he was like, I don't need your punani like that. I got options. So, she went over there and they started a little French kissy situation. And he was like, ooh, wee, my pee. And so next thing we know, he over there following her because she got another meeting in her bedroom. I was like, all right, Noma, did you change those sheets, mama? That's what I want to know. Because you got a lot going on up in that house, okay? Meanwhile, Effie's still at the crib and noticing that Kane didn't respond to her message. And I must note, Kane did go over there to Noma and still tried to get Effie out, but Noma made it clear, like, no, Effie's still going to be working with these Russians, okay? I ain't going to let your little girlfriend go. I mean, she say that, but she said that, okay? So I guess enough time has passed by. Effie was like, I'm leaving. While she's leaving, she sees her mother is calling and she ignores the call. And you guys, I am worried for my girl. Like, oh my God, I'm so worried. I don't know. This is probably the first episode where I'm like, dang, we may lose her. Because one, we're getting an introduction from her mom. I mean, I think most of us, knew her mom would be introduced since the beginning of the season. But we all know she want to get out the game. We already know what happens to people when they want to get out the game. Noma's suspicious, and it's still bothering me. The fact that Diana told Effie, you want to stop effing with my brother or Noma going to pull a bullet in your head. Like that one line is stressing me out, okay? And the fact that Effie is just mixed up into this whole triangle with Noma and Kane, then the Russians may be looking at Effie crazy. I hope I didn't say Diana earlier, but y'all know it's a little love triangle. It actually is a square because we got Effie, Noma, Davis, and Kane. So it's a love square at this point. If anybody else want to join, I'm sure in terms of power, that can happen. We could throw Tariq up in there. We could throw Tariq up. Oh gosh. Hello, we could have us a little Pentagon situation. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm a little nervous. But I think I don't know if I will be at peace if Effie goes, but I must say she has made moves to where I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because she actually is the one that offered to talk to the Russians for Noma. Like, Noma didn't say, hey, Effie, come connect me with the Russians. No, Effie overheard Noma and Obi talking, and she had the bright idea to bring the Russians to the table. So that would kind of be poetic for her to kind of be off in terms of mixing herself up into the Russians, right? And just even mixing herself up in Noma, because she snake Tariq, for lack of a better word, to get in with Noma. So that would kind of be fitting for her to be off either by Noma or by the Russians on some level, right? So I can see it, but I just don't see her storyline going anywhere else. I don't see her necessarily getting on a plane, going to, work with them damn robots. Okay. Like, that would be perfect, but this is Power. Who has a happy ending in Power? Nobody. If y'all can think of a Power happy ending for a character, please let me know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And not saying there isn't, but I can't think of anything. Lord, Effie, y'all expect Effie go, y'all please expect a 45-minute eulogy. Please, okay? Because y'all already know how I feel about her. Okay. DeMarcus said Effie's death would turn up Kane. And I was thinking about that too, DeMarcus, because if Noma were to touch Effie, Kane is definitely going off his wife. And I wouldn't be surprised, because that would be beneficial to him, because all he wants is money, power, and respect. Okay, shout out to the Locks. That's all he wants. So if he can marry Noma and then legally have access to all of her things, not saying Kane deserves it, not saying that he is well equipped to handle such responsibility, but I don't know, y'all. Because something between the love Kane has for Effie, I feel like he'll do almost. I mean, he has done a lot. He risked himself to help Effie multiple times, right? And some people, I forgot who mentioned this, but some people were concerned that Effie is going to possibly feel a way when she finds out that Kane was with Noma, right? But see, from Kane's perspective, and he said it early in the episode, you want to go over there to La La Land to school, right? Because he's been saying, like, I don't have nothing else, Effie. You got robotics. You got, Drew got drawing. Diana, she has school. Like, he feels everybody else has options except for him. So at this point, choosing the game is his only option to level up, right? And so he's thinking, I need a plan. I can't depend on a relationship with Effie, because I'm over here trying to figure out a way for her to leave, because she wants to go to school and live her dreams. So he's letting that part of him go, per se, of, letting her pursue her dreams while he pursue his. So in his head, long term, he's not thinking, oh, I got to protect Effie's heart. He's like, I got to protect my paper. I got to protect my status. Hey, Monique, thank you for coming through. But yes, this is a lot, you guys. This is a lot, and we needed 15 episodes. Why y'all playing with us, stars? Y'all got the budget. We see it on everybody's body. The budget is there. It's in the clothing. Just put a little couple Walmart fits on a couple people, and we can get the budget going to get 5 more episodes. Like, it ain't rocket science, okay? But that was pretty much the episode, you guys. Let me know, how did y'all feel? Like, what is the rating of this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? How do y'all feel? I want to check the temperature before we get out of here. But let me read a few of y'all's comments before I do so. Let's see here. Voice of Reason, you said Effie just playing the game. What do you mean by that, sir? Let me know your thoughts. I need you to expound on that, please. And thank you. SJ Smith, what's up? You said, I feel like when Effie goes, it'll have something to do with Tariq, not saying he'll be involved in death, but will have something to do with him. I thought of that too. I mentioned that, I don't know what episode, but, and it was kind of a wild thought, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Effie somehow is murked trying to save Tariq on some level, right? Because time and time again, we've seen Effie F Tariq over, per se. Now, I feel like if you're a part of the game, you're a part of the game. You know, I don't necessarily feel bad for Tariq when Effie F's him over, because that's the game, right? That's what they signed up for. But I felt, you know, if Effie were to go, that would kind of be her last, like, offering, per se, for Tariq. Like, her proving herself, like, hey, I was or am loyal to you on some level. So I did toy with that idea of her leaving this earth to save Tariq on some level. Oh God, y'all. Please, if Effie goes, y'all check on me. I don't care. Y'all can post under whatever video. Please check on me. I know Team Effie is an unpopular opinion, but check on your girl, because I love me some Effie. Dexter said Kane paid Effie's tuition and didn't even do that for his sister. Well, he figured that Diana didn't need to, because, you know, we had Poppy, we had Monet, we had the family money. Effie don't have no family money. So I ain't tripping off that. And he multiple times told Diana, here, you know, here's some bread. If you need anything, let me know. Like, so I ain't tripping off that. Steven, you said, I think Kane is a simp for Noma. He doesn't really care. No, he don't care about Noma. He cares about his positioning in the game. He just want independence. I-N-E-E. All right, little Bootsy. I went to the school, little Bootsy, okay? He wants independence. DeMarcus, you said Kane would avenge Effie's death like Tommy did Liliana. Yeah, I believe that. Stevie said, give us 50 episodes. We all good. That's what I'm saying. Dexter, you give this episode a 6. Oh, I'm sad that you didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I would give this episode, I give it an 8. A little cute little 8. Young Champ, you give it an 8.5. DeMarcus a 9. Stephen Harris 9. What's up, Jay? You said 7.5 out of 10. Voice of Reason, you said 9. Okay. You also stated Effie needed Kane to protect her from Noma. Yeah, Kane is doing as much as he can to protect Effie, but I'm still a little nervous because he can tell Noma everything he can. Noma is not trying to hear nothing about no Effie. And one thing that I thought about, you guys, when Noma was speaking to Davis and they was discussing their prospects of her, you know, getting married. Of course, you know, he offered his assistance, but you know, he mentioned that Noma needs someone that she can control. And that makes me nervous because she feels that she can control Kane, but she knows Kane has feelings for Effie. And when it comes to emotions and love, you kind of relinquish a little control, right? So I feel that a little scared for Effie because Noma may feel she may need to clip anything about Kane that will interfere with her having control over him. Because I think now she knows, okay, well, he's independent of his mom now. He ain't effing with her. So I don't think Noma feels like she has to completely worry about Monet, even though that's still, you know, up in the air. But I feel that no one may think that Effie may be a problem, because if you thinking she is snitch and she is going to interfere with, the emotions of your husband, yeah, I'm a little nervous. And I wouldn't even be surprised if I see Noma have a conversation with the Russians and blame Effie and line her up that way. Ooh, God. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Get it together, girl. Get it together. HEA, you say you give it an 8, Monica. MA. Okay, looks like an 8 is the average. Okay. Power is doing pretty good. I'm not even mad. I'm over here with no complaints with how the season is going. Young Champ, what's up? You said I like Effie way more. Diana, me and my BM got an Effie Tariq type situation. Young Champ, I'm sorry. Nobody should have a Effie and Tariq type situation. Prayers to you. I mean, I'm not technically a therapist, but I do have a degree in psychology. So if you need, to, lay on my virtual couch, if you will, let a sister know. I could probably offer some sound advice. Oh, bless your heart, young champ. Bless your heart. Oh gosh, voice of reason. You said because she told on Tariq is why she don't trust Effie, even if it was about her daughter. She snitched. That's true too. Voice of reason. That's a good point. Stephen Harris, he said, I'm hoping for the Tate and Tariq team up. I thought of what happened last episode, but Tariq probably don't know that Tate brother died. But once he starts connecting, oh boy, yeah, that's facts. That's, I'm waiting on the Tariq and Tate team up as well. That's what we've been used to on some level. Like they always was, scratch my back, I scratch yours, but you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? But I like the dynamic between Tate and Tariq. So I'm waiting on that. I hope, and it crossed my mind, like I pray that Carter don't try to frame Tariq because he has leverage on Tariq, and I feel like he's going to use that some way against Tariq, and I'm a little nervous. I don't know what's going to happen, you guys. I don't have no concept of how things are going to end. It's just so many different ways things can happen. The possibilities are endless. Young Chappie said, "Oh, I have a couch I lay on every Monday." Well, that's good. I'm glad you got somebody couch, because that is a lot. Monica M, you said if he got an Effie Diana Tariq situation, he is a living. I don't think he said Diana too. I think he said Tariq and Effie. I hope you don't have a Diana in there too, young champ, because oh no, we don't need that. Voice of Reason said no one they gave Effie. No, Noma don't trust her. Yeah, I mean, Kane already mentioned, like, we have to figure out who the real snitch is because you looking like a snitch. DeMarcus, you said Kane will unalive Don Carter and Rashad Tate will change Kane identity like Rashad did Dre. Kane will leave town. Yeah, Kane offing Carter and Tate. Oh no, you saying offing Don Carter and Tate will change. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I'm not opposed to that either. Oh, it's too much. It's stressful, you guys. It's stressful, but I would like to thank you guys for coming through. I see 40 of y'all in the building. So I know a few people left, but I'm just hoping when I check my statistics later on that there's 40 likes in there. Okay. I'm praying. Okay. I don't ask for much, you guys. I just wake up every Sunday morning, talking the good word, breaking down the episode with you good people. So I'm just hoping y'all would just return the favor and press the like button. I don't care what finger you use, what toe you use. Use your grandmama finger. I don't know if she diabetic or not. Use your toddler finger. I don't care if it got Cheetos or what. But please like the video, laptop, tablet, phone, TV. There's ways, okay? However, whatever you're watching it on. But I enjoy speaking with you guys. I believe Tuesday, Brillo and I are working on a special edition of the Pretty Thorough podcast. So be on the lookout for that. Wednesday, of course, we're breaking down OG Power. We're on episode 607. And yes, this probably is one of my favorite episodes because Ghost put the blicky out on Tariq, and then Tommy, he put Tariq over the ledge. So this was a good time for me to watch this episode. So I hope y'all come through on Wednesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we're trying to do things here. Okay. Thank you, DeMarcus. Thank you, Stephen Harris. Let me read your comment before we get out of here. You said, I agree. There's no way someone as slightly as Tate would see Carter is self-snitching like crazy. He's somehow putting himself at the center worse than if you just said it was him. Yeah. Carter, there's no way to really escape this. I mean, if you do, abracadabra, because you are a magician, sir, because you got pretty much the entire cast gunning for you on some level. It's a lot. Voice of reason, you said, think about the real reason she told Enrique about her daughter. She didn't want him to get out the game without her, and she will look like they were working together. That's possible. That's definitely possible. We don't know what's going on in Noma's brain. She has to look at things from her perspective. But she can very well much think that, she's working for the other team. And the fact that now Davis has aligned himself with Noma, I don't know, Davis. I'm a little worried for you, sir. I'm a little worried. I don't know, Davis. It's giving Proctor a little bit. So we're going to have to see, because there's a lot of things that's going to be unpacked. I hope if y'all not going to give us 15 episodes, at least the finale got to be an hour and a half. They probably won't, y'all. It'll probably be a smooth 59 minutes, but I'm trying to put it in the atmosphere, even though it's already set in stone. But y'all, thank you again for coming through. I enjoyed it per usual. Hope you guys did. And yes, I will see you guys on the next one. Toodles.